Well, for those of you who haven't seen what's happening just recently, I'll give you an update on some of the stuff. We finally got the workers back in, and they actually finished most of this, except for very small things that have to be done. A little painting in. Have to say that for all that they are incredibly resourceful, they will leave things like this, which of course is not acceptable on a finished job. But everything else have to be admired for how they've done it. See, on this, they've actually cut one of these down so that it gets a perfect fit. Now, they've apparently, because of the language difference, I don't deal with the workers, and Beth does deal with them, and they are coming back to finish that, and also to do some other work, which I'll tell you about in a moment. Meantime, we're saddled with this scaffolding which they've used, and instead of carrying it out of the door, they've left it there, which is a bloody mess. But anyway, the work that they're coming back to do is this. Now you can see the difference between this, the size of this, and the size of the one that we've used everywhere else. Now, that one is the smaller one, which is for interior. But you can buy, as we have done, you can buy this larger gauge, which is better for doing, this is for outdoor, by the way. It's a different makeup. Can't imagine what the difference is, but it's a different material that they've made, or a different finish, so it can be used for outside, whereas this is, I believe, strictly indoor. So that will be for some other stuff that Beth has in mind. Though you might not think it, I don't get included in everything that is being done. Now this, you may have seen this or not, but we decided that, to my eye, the cabinets were very dark and they needed a little touch. So what we did was, I went ahead and got some moulding from the hardware store, and I painted that and fitted it, and it just lifts it a little. Even so, those stools, which are all black, get lost. Can you see that they get lost in how dark the background is? So I'm thinking that it needs a little colour, or light colour, probably on the backs there, of a little bit of white trim that goes there. This was our idea, that it would include, that the kitchen being in operation, it would include a place for 2 or 3 of these tables and chairs, so that people could eat in a cafe type of atmosphere. This one here, I don't know who this lady is, but she looks a little bit homeless. Could you not afford any jeans that are whole?
It's a strategy.
It's what?
It's a strategy. I got
a strategy
today.
Oh,
Looking for land. So when they look at my jeans, they're gonna say, "Oh, I need to close Dale because she has no more jeans."
right. So they'll take pity on you then.
But so if you're looking for lot here in Bohol or anywhere in Bohol, message me and I'll help you to find your dream properties here in Bohol. Either beach lot, either farm lot, or either residential lot. Message me on my Facebook page, Elizabeth Martin, or in WhatsApp 0977-320-4650.
You are a relentless promoter. You've hijacked my video again.
It's a way of marketing so that you can have
Really?
extra income.
What do you know about marketing, honey?
You know, you need to promote every time.
Yeah,
so
but
that
how do you know? How do you know? Tell us why you are qualified in marketing.
Because I graduate marketing when I was in college.
So what's your
Bachelor of Science in Marketing.
Bachelor of Science? Everything is a Bachelor of Science, and then the subject matter comes after it. So she's a Bachelor in marketing. As you can see, she never lets one little opportunity go by. Now, there's quick evidence in why we hate all of these dogs. That they're marauding packs of dogs that come and mess up our situation. I'm going to give you a quick look to finish off. Let me see. The outside, we've now got this sliding door which is working very well. So all of this as I say, for those of you who haven't been with us before, this stage, we had this stage put up, and we've actually run one concert from this stage, a fundraiser. It needs a newly designed roof which will shelter the stage, which this one is not doing. This was put up and designed by the workers, which Beth has quite a faith in, which is not always it's not always a good thing. But anyway, this is now looking very clean. We still have some touches. As I say, the Filipino worker will work in incredible conditions and then go away and leave something that spoils the job like that, which should have a final filler on there and then to be painted, which they haven't done. But anyway, that is looking good. But this is a situation on every pillar, and it all has to be done. So somebody will have to be brought back in to do that. And we were keeping the cement here for this other project which Beth has going now, which is to have a dragon fruit farm. And these are the poles. What happens is that you use this bamboo and you punch through, obviously, at these little junks. You see the rings there. That's sealed off almost completely in ordinary bamboo. So that has to be punched through, and then another piece of bamboo, which is a cheaper way of doing it for us, and that is placed in, and then the whole thing is filled with cement, as you can see. Now this all has to be done, and at the same time, Filipino wise, in Filipino style, you must leave a tremendous mess, and this will be quite a job to get all of this cleaned. And in fact, all of that is solid. I'm trying to move that, and it's solid. It's welded in, it's welded together. It'll all have to be broken apart. Now, if over there, maybe you would be able to see, I can only go 2. That brings it a little closer. But if you look, you'll see that those poles that are sticking up are in fact these, and they are put in the ground at a distance, and then on top of that, apparently, I'm not involved in this in any way, and I'm quite happy with that. I got enough to do, which I'll explain to you later. But all of that will allow you to grow dragon fruit. Beth has this great idea which she has been seeing. Another farmer who has been talking and promoting the idea of having a dragon fruit farm, and as we have the land, and many people, subscribers, have said, why don't you utilize that land there? Well, all of this is actually phase 2 of our resort. It's a huge amount of land, and it goes right up the hill there, up to the top palm tree. The house with the blue roof is our friend Martin is a fellow Brit, and his wife and a little girl live up on that house. That house is not like ours. Inside it's done to perfection, beautifully. And I always say that, and he's reluctant to admit it, but it's true. And he is in the process of bringing to the Philippines a lot of British delicacies that he is now going to be selling. And his place, which I'll go into and cover in an interview with him later at another time, he is opening a place, an eatery, where he'll be offering some of these things. He's an expert, qualified chef, and so the stuff that he makes is really nice. He brings down food which we give him a Filipino foreigner review on it. Of course, I know very well what these dishes are supposed to be because I'm British as well. I suppose, using the American way of describing oneself, I'm British American. You can't just be American. You've got to be African American or something. It's never just one thing. So I guess I'm British American. I took citizenship when I was in America for some 20-something years. But anyway, all of that will eventually be utilized. But meantime, as a little aside, Beth has been enamored with the idea of having dragon fruit. Before 2 or 3 years ago, she was talking about having dragon fruit, and now she's actually doing it. So we've had workers in, and this is the aftermath of them working. I have to laugh, obviously, at the way that Filipinos workers leave it work site. But anyway, you're probably getting nothing but wind noise in the microphone now. So I will let you go. There's Beth. She's closed the door, probably locked them all behind her. And she's gone in. We are under a typhoon warning, which, if you look at the clouds there, look, you won't be surprised. Apparently the main part of the storm will bypass us, so we won't suffer too much. But anyway, it just means more rain. We're getting a lot of rain in the night, often torrential rain, but it's very short, 10-15 minutes and it's gone. But it does drop a huge amount of water. So there we are. My own project is to build a desk for going here. The desk is 10 feet long, and it will cover from here right down to probably just past the pillar there, and it will go there. And I will be doing a video later on my work there. For those of you who haven't followed us before, I actually was a designer and builder of custom furniture when I was in California. I specialized while I was there in doing different distressed finishes, and I worked for a company that specialized. At one point I worked for a company that specialized in movie props. So when you see a movie and there is something special about it, like for instance the Star Wars, it's going back a bit, I know, but Star Wars had the lightsabers, didn't they? And believe it or not, people could buy that lightsaber as a movie prop memorabilia. And there is an entire collectors community for movie props. And I've even seen that some of the people that star in what later become iconic movies have bought a prop from the movie. Going back again, as I said, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the car for that movie was actually offered to Dick Van Dyke for $60,000, and he turned it down. I think it's probably worth several $1 million now. So, not that he needs the money, of course, but anyway, he turned it down. But that will be sold on in auction. I know that the original Batmobile sold for a great deal of money in auction. And looking at an auction on YouTube the other day, I saw that one of the original Mercedes, the gull wing Mercedes, sold in unrestored condition. It was one of the special ones because about 150 of this were made. It was the special, which was made with an aluminum body, or as they would say in England, an aluminium body. And it sold in not nice looking condition for $7 million. Amazing. Excuse me. So I will end off here. I thank you for being with me. Just for those who usually like to pick on these things, we don't have all of these lights on all the time, okay? It's been helping a huge amount that you, our subscribers, have been sharing our videos. We hope that you will continue to do it, because it's taken us over the hump of the stuff that, bye honey, the stuff that has been against us because of videos that I made, in what is now turning out to be something of a revelation for people who thought that Dr. Fauci was really following the science, and they're finding out now that that perhaps was an incredible exaggeration. At the time, I was making some comments there, and some of my videos were deleted. They don't tell you what they're deleted for. They say simply that it goes against community guidelines. And yet, certainly on other occasions, I've seen videos in, let me see, with advertisements or commercials for where they're advertising for the cure of various maladies, and they're using porn to advertise that cure, and yet that's not against community guidelines. It's a strange world we live in, isn't it? So I will let you go. Thank you again. So much appreciated that you have been following and sharing, and we hope that you will look in and have a look at the plans that I have for the desk that I'm having here. And it will have reception desk somewhere in the title, if I can get Beth to agree to it. She's the one that secretly changes some of the titles that I give her just before she uploads the video. So again, thank you so much. We really do appreciate all of you who follow our videos and have done for many years.